friendly neighborhood old soldier coming at you today on a bright, warm, and sunshiny day here in North Kakalaki. I've just left my local tractor supply store to get some things, namely dog food for the puppies. Anyway, that's for you, Brother Kyle. Hope everybody's doing good on this Saturday. What I want to talk to you about, and I've been talking off and on in my videos for the last 2.5 years about this, and now they're starting to address it in the news finally, and that's about a potential food shortage / crisis, part of which is because supposedly Ukraine and Russia are major producers and suppliers of fertilizer. Okay, who did we depend on before we bought it from them? Just asking. Whatever happened to the days of collecting pig crap and horse crap and cow crap? You compost it and you scattered that in your fields. Maybe I'm referring to a time where farms were small and didn't require all the chemical fertilization that a lot of your big farms use today. I get it. I guess the real point I'm getting at is I've been harping on this for quite some time on you need to stock up on your long-term items like dry rice, pastas, dry beans, canned goods that have at least a 2 to 5 year expiration date. Means to store them to keep the critters out. A place to store them where they're not in direct sunlight so they don't get harmed by the UV rays. Now, some people might say, "Oh, so you're just trying to cause a panic." No, I'm not trying to cause a panic. I'm trying to tell you what I've saw 2-3 years ago come into fruition. See, here in my part of the country, fertilizer quadrupled in price overnight. So there are certain crops that the farmers here are not going to grow. I know the one that leases my field, and another friend of mine that works for a big farm in this area already said they can't plant feed corn this year. They just don't have the money to buy the fertilizer they normally use to sow the fields with here when they grow feed corn. Now there's a reciprocating effect to that, folks. No feed corn, no feed for livestock. Just sit there and I want you to think about that for a minute. So where are we going to get the feed to feed the livestock? Some would say, i.e. the communists that are in White House, that we'll just, we'll make peace with China and buy it from them. See, right now, with the war between Ukraine and Russia, that's another effect that this is having. The fact that part of Eastern Europe is a major grain producing region for the world. Lots of parts of the world depend on the grains that come out of there. Well, because of the war, many of the farmers can't get in and out of their fields because of the fighting. Again, personally, we can get no business over there. All this foreign aid that we've been sending, why don't we give that to our American farmers instead? Don't catch no politicians saying that right now. But why? Why should we give money to countries that hate us? We can turn around and give that to our American farmer. That way we can sustain our own nation. We've been fighting and solving the world's problems for so long now, it's not even funny. It's time that we turn back and look at our own nation's needs and fix those first. But there's a potential looming food crisis about to hit. Just, with inflation alone, things have gone up 10% on average. And right now, there's no sight in the future of it coming down. So, again, stock up on rice, dry beans, canned goods that have a 3 to 5 year shelf life, canned meats. And you might not like the taste of them, but it'll sustain you. I'm talking about Spam, canned corned beef, canned chicken, canned roast beef, canned ham. If you know somebody that grows livestock, and we've got neighbors that got chickens, and their chickens bear eggs, and we can pretty much go over anytime we want and ask for and get a dozen eggs. We watch out for each other. That goes back 2 years into my videos when I talked about networking. Okay, we watch out for each other. They've kind of gone full blown into the whole livestock thing with chickens and pigs and goats, and now they got llamas. These are some things you need to keep your eye out on. If you haven't started, you need to start now. I'm probably preaching to the choir in this video, but if you know somebody needs to hear it, share it with them. Another good channel to go watch is Dive Bullfrog, Uncle Al's channel. I remember, I'll try to post a link to his channel down below in the description. So you need to go check him out and go back and watch the last 3 or 4 years of his videos on things, what you need to stock up on. Ungrateful Peasant's another one. Go check him out. And now I'm tell you, he's blunt. He might step on some toes. But guess what? Some of y'all probably need your toes stepped on right about now. Because I'll be honest, I'm through walking on eggshells on about anything. Just call it the way I see it. Because we've gotten to the point now that we're afraid to say anything to anybody for fear of, upsetting them, hurting their feelings. In some cases, some people probably need their feelings hurt. If you get mad at me for what I'm saying here, folks, well, just be mad. I don't know what to tell you there. You either get over it or you go watch somebody else ramble on YouTube. One way or the other, it doesn't really matter to me come the end of the day. I'm trying to pass some information that potentially keep you and your family from starving to death. And the reason I bring this up is because now the national media is finally bringing some attention to it. Of course, it's a day late and a dollar short that they're bringing this to the dog fight. But on Fox Business, one interview was taking place about it. There's a couple other, and I can't remember one of them. I know I saw Newsmax was talking on it the other day. Now, mind you, what I've been watching are supposedly conservative news stations. I haven't really seen so much on the lamestream communist media yet, but eventually, here's the old adage. Lie begets lie begets lie begets lie. But at some point in time, the truth has to come out. You see, when you continue to lie, you eventually get to a point that the lies that you told you can no longer conceal. You can no longer hide. You can no longer bury it. So then you eventually have to tell the truth. Well, you have to confess that you lied. I'm not going to say necessarily that they tell the truth, but they'll confess that they lied about certain things. But the real truth of the matter is our government has been lying to us for quite some time about some of these things that are going on and the potential effect it's had on us or will have on us. So again, another thing back to items to stock up on, evaporated milk. Powdered milk's all right too, but you got to watch it. There is an expiration date on powdered milk. But say evaporated milk. The other thing is, if you don't have a deep freezer, get a deep freezer. A lot of things you can deep freeze and they will stay good for as long as they stay frozen. But I plan on ordering, we're going to be getting here soon, some Mylar bags and oxygen bags. They're not oxygen bags. O2 suppress, a little package that suppresses oxygen inside it when you seal them up. That way the bacteria doesn't get oxygen to grow off of it. They can tell what they are. But anyway, I'm going to order those and start putting them together and sealing up some of the stuff that I've got, so that when we need to use it, we only open up so much at a time. Breaking them down into things like that. But the reason I say rice and dry beans, they've pretty much got a fairly indefinite lifespan as far as being able to cook and eat. Okay. The other thing, garden seeds. Let me talk about that right quick. Garden seeds supplement your canned vegetables. I don't have a green thumb. I've tried doing gardens, and I'm doing one again this year. But trial and error. One thing I've got going for me in strength right now this year is potatoes. I've got 5 buckets outside growing potatoes, and they're thriving so far. I think I planted my garden too early this year because the frost killed it. But I got tomatoes growing inside my house in the windowsill. Got herbs, got an herb rack growing inside. If you don't have a large yard, you can grow certain things in a 5-gallon bucket. You usually get them at Lowe's or Tractor Supply or places like that for as little as $5 a bucket. As far as potatoes, if you got some old tires laying around, you can stack them, and you bury a layer of a few potatoes on each layer of the tire. Okay, you harvest the first layer and take that tire off. Now you get the next layer coming up, so forth and so on. That's one way of doing potatoes. But you can make a tire garden in your backyard. Don't wait till it's too late, folks. Don't wait till it's too late. Anyhow, anyway, folks, get ready to head back to the house. God bless, take care, stay safe, stay vigilant, stay armed, keep your eyes open, your neck on a swivel. And remember, the government is lying to you. God bless, take care, so proud.